Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Chris B. Daniels. Long time no talk. It seems like it's been a while, but not really. I just been working, doing podcast videos with my brother and his partner, and the lives with the Retro Four. Shout outs to everybody. The Retro Four and the Global Minds podcast. All right, y'all. So I wanted to talk about this movie for a while, but the only reason why I didn't is because you know, it was a while before I seen it, so I had to go back and rewatch it to refresh my memory. That movie is the 1993 classic, in my opinion, Shoot Fighter. So this movie has a somewhat reunion, like a Karate Kid reunion. It has William Zabka and it has Martin Cove. William Zabka playing Johnny Lawrence and Martin Cove playing John Kreese. But in this movie, they're not teacher and student. So in this movie, William Zabka's character Ruben actually has another teacher. And for those who never even heard of this movie, it might shock you. So his teacher was actually Bolo Yeung. Bolo plays a character named Shingo. And this is like the only movie I've ever seen that Bolo plays a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you turn around, he's always playing the henchman or the main villain. But in this movie, it starts off with him in the underground shoot fighting scene. And he's talking to his friend, which is also a shoot fighter. And he has to go up against Mr. Lee, which is Martin Cole's character. And so Martin Cole, Mr. Lee, he wants Shingo. He wants to fight Shingo. So what happens is he gets in the ring with his friend, or he gets in the circle with his friend or whatever, because it's an underground tournament. And so his friend is confident that he's gonna win, but it doesn't turn out that way. Mr. Lee winds up ripping out his throat at the end of the match. So he thinks he's about to get his chance with Shingo, but he was kicked out of the shoot fighting scene. You know what I'm saying? He was banned. He wasn't allowed to fight there anymore due to that murder. So years later, we now know that Shingo has two students, which one of them is William Zabka, like I said before, not Martin Cole, but Ruben, that's his name in this movie. And the other one comes back into town out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He shows up at the school where Ruben is teaching his students, and he's played by Michael Bernardo. Michael Bernardo, his martial arts in this movie is exceptional. And he plays a character named Nick. So what happens is these two guys, Ruben and Nick, they're actually offered an opportunity to fight in the underground circuit, the shoot fighting circuit. So Nick, you know what I'm saying, he's not as enthused as Ruben is after he sees what actually goes on in those tournaments. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple deaths, you know what I mean? And the movie is extremely violent. The movie is violent, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have the stomach for it, you shouldn't watch it. But so Ruben is more, ecstatic that he got an opportunity and to make some money to fight in this underground circuit, because I guess he was hard up on cash and he was trying to win some money for him and his girl. You know what I'm saying? But Nick was more the level-headed one. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to fight. So what happens is Nick, he winds up backing out, but Ruben stays. And he's picking fights with people on the street, you know what I'm saying, to sharpen his skills or whatever. But eventually Ruben, gets into the ring with a couple guys, and William Zabka, his martial arts in this movie is okay. I wouldn't say he's as good as Michael Bernardo, but he's alright. You know what I mean? So what happens is Martin Cove's character, Mr. Lee, the only reason why he wanted to recruit these two guys is to get to Shingo. You know what I'm saying? So, because he knew that if he got these guys to fight in this tournament, then it can basically lure Shingo out of hiding. And so it works. You know what I'm saying? Nick, winds up showing up at the tournament as well. You know what I'm saying? Basically to try to stop Ruben. But, he's still fighting and everything. But Mr. Lee, I think he wanted to come down. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember, the third act because it was kind of. I mean, I seen this movie recently, but damn, I seen so much other stuff that the movie, kind of fell out of my mind again. But Shingo does show up, and Mr. Lee sees him, and Shingo challenges him. So there's a fight between them, and Shingo basically washes him. You know what I'm saying? So he loses, and then those three pretty much leave. You know what I'm saying? So that was the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? I know I skipped over a lot of stuff, but I talked about the one, the standout moments. This like when I first saw this movie, I thought it was just all right, but then when I watched it again, I thought it was a little better than before. I mean, I've always been into martial arts films ever since I was 11 to 12. You know what I mean? Like those are some of my favorite genres, my favorite genre of movie. You know what I'm saying? But this movie right here, I feel like it's a classic. I don't know about a lot of other people. I don't know if most of y'all heard of this movie or you haven't. You know what I'm saying? But to me, this movie was pretty good. And Shootfighter 2, it was all right. But I think this movie, the first one, was a little better. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, oh yeah. And there's another special guest appearance in this movie too. So I believe it was this movie where homeboy from WMAC Masters, you know what I'm saying, Hakeem the Machine, y'all know who I'm talking about, right? He also was in Mortal Kombat, the first movie, where he fought Liu Kang out there on the beach. You know what I'm saying? The dude with the dreads. Yo, he's a great martial artist as well. You know what I'm saying? And he displayed his skills in this movie. But yeah, the movie, I say, is worth the watch at least one time. If you can, spare a moment, check it out. Trust me, I think you'll like it. You know what I'm saying? And it's Shootfighter. Remember that. I mean, I'm sure y'all see it on the screen, but check it out. And if I got to give this movie a score, I will give it I'll give it an 8 out of 10. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? The martial arts was great. The acting was decent. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think it deserves an 8 out of 10. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a nice night. I will talk to you later. All right? Peace.
The feeling is mutual. Come in, take a seat, share your thoughts with each, and preach it when you speak, so we can share kinetic energy throughout the brainwave. Keep us balanced out and all on the same thing.